This video will help walk you through the steps to file a funding request with the undergraduate student government at the downtown campus. First, you'll go to usgd.asu.edu. Once to this page, you actually don't have to navigate anywhere. Simply scroll down and click in the center of the page, New Funding Request Form, which will then bring you to this page. This page is continually updated and will help let you know when the next BAC meeting is and where it is, as well as when the next Senate meeting is and where that is. These are important dates to know and meeting locations to know if you are filling out a funding request, because it is necessary that you have a representative at both meetings in order to receive the funds you are requesting. As well as this area here should help answer any questions about the deadline, as well as who to send your documents to and how the whole process works. I will now walk you through how to complete the funding request form. First, we ask for the name of your organization. We will utilize DPC Aware as an example. And then for some basic contact information. It can either be the individual filling out the form, such as myself, or another representative of your student organization. We simply ask that either way, the individual is aware that they should expect email or phone correspondence from a USGD representative to either let them know about upcoming BAC or Senate meetings and or to request additional documentation in order to complete the funding request. Remember that you or another representative of your organization is required to be in attendance to both the Budget Allocations Committee and the Senate meeting in order to receive approval for your funding. Then we ask, what type of request is this? Are you requesting funding to help promote an initiative, put on your own event, maybe attend a conference, or for another reason? Another reason can often be for promotional items. Today we're going to do it for an event. But I'll have you know that all the other questions that I'm going to describe below, the information that I'll give you will still be applicable no matter what button you click here. However, we will be hosting an event. The name of our event will be Welcome Back for the Spring 2015 semester. It will be hosted on January 30th in Taylor Mall. Please always supply us with the most updated information for this section, as well as continue to update us throughout the entire funding request process. If you have any questions about when you should host your event or the location, please do not hesitate to ask. There can be certain issues that arise with catering and the location of your event, or with our funding cycles and when you're hoping to host your event. We want to make sure your event is as successful as possible, so never hesitate to reach out and ask if the date is applicable or if the location is suitable. Then you answer this simple question. How does your request improve spirit, pride, and tradition on the ASU downtown campus? How does the event you're promoting help support this? How does the conference you're attending help support this? How do the items help support the spirit, pride, and tradition of the ASU downtown campus? I suggest even using these exact terms in your response, but that is not required. For example, your response could go somewhat like, you're going to help promote the spirit of wellness in our community, the pride of always getting consent, and the tradition of overall being safe. This will have a positive impact on our downtown campus. Note that this is the only area in which you'll have a chance to describe your event to us, so please give us a better idea on what your event will look like and any other important information you feel. And then we go down to the actual cost of your event. Total cost of the event is as straightforward of a question as there can be. How much did it cost for everything that you need for your event? Our event cost us $342.50. Now say we had someone that donated $42 to us. So I actually am only requesting $300.50. These numbers are very important in the sense that the total requested amount is the amount that the USGD senators are looking at and deciding whether or not to allocate to your student organization. They're deciding whether or not to give your student organization $300.50, not $342.50. Any discrepancies in here will suggest to us that you found funding from other sources, and that's very helpful in our process. So please let us know if you did, but it is not required to receive funding. And then we ask where you're getting your items or your services. Maybe you're buying something, maybe food from Aramark, and you're going to include their phone number. Maybe you're also purchasing items from foreign print. If you have multiple vendors, you can separate them a line like so. And then you're going to describe your expenses. I suggest doing this in some kind of list format and please make it as clear as possible. That way our senators are able to look at it and understand quickly why you're requesting the funds, and that way you don't have to be in a meeting as long. So maybe from Aramark, you're going to be purchasing 10 burrito trays, because burritos are fantastic. You're going to purchase 5 of those, and they cost $5 each. I wish. So that'll be $25 total. And then from 4 in print, you're going to be buying 100 promotional pens for your student organization. Those pens are going to be $1 each, so you are going to be spending $100 on pens. It is important to note that the numbers here and the number up here need to match. We want to make sure that the description of your expenses matches your total requested amount so you have all the money you need. We don't want to see that you want to purchase $500 of items but you're only requesting $200 unless you're getting that $300 from another source. Ultimately, we just want to make sure that you have all the resources you need for your event to be successful. And that completes the funding request form. After you've submitted the funding request form, you simply have to make sure that all the additional and supplemental documentation is received by our Director of Finance, William Padmore. You can go into your ASU email or any other Gmail account in order to do this. It will have to be a Gmail account, however. You'll go to these squares up in the top right, click them, then click on Drive. Once your Google Drive is open, you'll go to the left, click New, create a Google document. Now it's important that you title your document in a certain way. Please title it Funding Request, your name, so mine would be Corina Tapscott, the name of your organization separated by a comma, and the date in which your funding request was submitted. Today is January 11th. Make sure to put the date of when you submitted your funding request. Here is where you're going to copy and paste all of the screenshots or JPEGs or other images you have of your evidence for the prices that you have told us that you will receive. For example, if you've said that Aramark will charge you $10, they would have given you a confirmation. Make sure to put that confirmation here. If you are buying items from Party City, make sure to take a screenshot of your online shopping cart and put that here. Basically, every cent that you ask for, we need to have supplemental documentation that reinforces the price that you are saying that you'll be able to get. That'll all go here. One of the easy ways in order to do this is to use the snipping tool. Most computers have this. If you have another way that you can take a screenshot, you're welcome to do that as well. But if you find the snipping tool, it'll pop up like this. You can click New. You can scroll over whatever you find yourself wanting to take a picture of, and it'll pop up here, in which you can simply save it in your computer, open it up later, and paste it into this document. If you have any other questions or have any issues with this process at all, please let us know. Once you're done with this document, you're going to attach it, and you're going to email it to william.padmore@asu.edu. Now that you've submitted the forms and all additional documentation to William Padmore, we're going to discuss the entire process, which does run on a bi-weekly basis, so that you can make sure that you have representation at all necessary meetings so you have the best chance for your funding to be approved. Again, we've finished submitting the form by the Friday before the Budget Allocations Committee meeting by midnight. So that was Friday. Over the weekend, you may be contacted by an undergraduate student government representative, such as William Padmore, our Director of Finance, to either request additional documentation to support your funding request or to let you know about the upcoming Budget Allocations Committee meeting occurring on Mondays at 6:30 p.m. in L112. This happens in the lower level of the Student Center, which is the building connected to the post office. Finally, that same week as the Budget Allocations Committee, that Friday there will be at 3 p.m. in L112, there will be the USGD Senate meeting. The representation at both of these meetings can be the individual that filled out the form or any other individual of the student organization. They just need to be knowledgeable of the funding request. Finally, if you receive a yes from the Senate, you will meet with Diana Soto to receive your funds. I suggest that you contact her ASAP after you receive the yes on Friday. This can be done through a simple email. Email her at diana.soto@asu.edu. So here's the schedule. For this week, Our, our funding request deadline will be Friday, January 16th by midnight. Our budget allocations committee is happening on Wednesday to give breathing room from the break, but they will be happening on Monday after that. And then you would attend the Senate meeting on Friday, January 23rd. This helps give you an overview of what the dates will look like for the upcoming semester so you can make sure to always have your documents in on time. Finally, if you have any additional questions, please do not hesitate to contact William Padmore, the Director of Finance, at william.padmore@asu.edu, or myself, the Vice President of Services, at crtapsco@asu.edu. We are more than happy to answer any of your questions, and we are willing to meet with you one-on-one so that we can walk you through the steps in person. Do not hesitate to contact us and good luck with your funding request.